Well, thank you very much, Erwin, and it's a pleasure to be speaking to the Stoos conference. This sounds like a very interesting event. I wish I could be there in person. Um, what I wanted to talk about for a few minutes is stewardship as tweaking. I think right now we have in the leadership of global systems a view that true leadership, true stewardship is making big, sweeping gestures to fix things once and for all. And if we look back a decade ago, a little over a decade ago, we had a huge financial crash in the stock markets in the U.S., especially the Nasdaq, the tech boom and bubble. And after that, everybody got together and leadership said, gee, we have to fix this system so that this sort of terrible thing will never happen again. And what came out of that was Sarbanes-Oxley, which ended up being a huge, huge piece of legislation. It took forever to pass through and forever to have the rules put in place, the enabling legislation put in place. And then that was supposed to fix the problems in the financial markets once and for all with this huge, giant fix. What happened? Well, between the last financial meltdown and that financial meltdown, there were a little over 70 years. Between that one and now the next one, 2008 was a mere 7 years. So with this gigantic fix that was supposed to fix everything in one holistic way, we got another bubble that burst that we're all still going through. So a more severe bubble by far than the previous one. What was the response to that? Dodd-Frank. So yet another, are you still there? Okay, hopefully it's coming. Another huge piece of legislation that at last count is 844 pages, Dodd-Frank. It is now 5 years after the bubble, or 4.5 years after the bubble. We still don't have the enabling legislation. That's probably going to take another couple of years to work its way through the system. This is not leadership. This is not stewardship to say you could take complex systems in the modern world and give one big fix to them on a periodic basis. Instead, I like the method that I think grows out of the world of design, which is you tweak things, you try things, you put it out there, you tweak it, you watch what happens, tweak it and tweak it. And I get this in part from my favorite sport, the National Football League, where every year, at the end of the year, there's a competition committee that gets together that looks at what happened during the previous football season, this is American football, what happened during that season, and says, what things happened that could take away from the game, that could undermine the game as it's played now for the enjoyment of the fans and the safety of the players, and tweaks it. They make little tweaks, but they do it on an ongoing basis every year. And that's real stewardship for me. That is saying, we want to steward this product, we have an objective function, and what we'll do is meet on a very regular basis and do this every year, and we know it's our job. And so you don't have to wait for the huge, we'll fix everything after it's all problematic. So I think if we had that as an attitude toward the problems of the world, that we're not going to fix them in one fell swoop, and that we have to take stewardship for tweaking them on an ongoing basis, I think we'd actually have better solutions. Would they necessarily be better solutions day one? No, but over a 5 or 10 year period, you'd have a much better functioning system, and then you'd have a commitment to the notion of tweaking can fix our problems. So that would be my view. Think about tweaking systems, especially complex modern ones, as the best form of stewardship, not grand gestures. Thank you very much.